My name is Sherry Sharman, and it's so excited to have everyone joining us this evening. And depending on where you're calling in from, because I already see this call is international, it may be morning time for you. I live in California, so it's actually 6:30 p.m. here. Just got back from Dubai, which is crazy because it's 12 hours opposite than what it is here. So I'm a little bit jet lagged, but I'm loving life, and I'm so happy that you're here. If you wouldn't mind, if you'd put your name in the chat and where you're calling from, that would be wonderful. I'm just opening that up right now. Okay, I see. We've got some people coming in. I've got Brika from New Jersey, Alex from California, Jennifer Murphy's in the house, our Go Girl. She's from California. And there is Susie from Lake Shasta. So happy Chicago's in the house. Kari, I'm so happy to see you on the call. For everybody that's just joining us, my name is Sherry Sharman. We're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. We are just welcoming everybody from around the country. St. Petersburg. Welcome, Philip. Good to see you again. Texas is in the house. Hi, Lindsay. So excited to have everybody on this call. We are not only going to be sharing an incredible opportunity with you, but you are going to get meet some of the most amazing people that I actually got to spend a week with in Dubai. And I know Muzaffar is going to come on board, and he's going to tell me it's Dubai because it's an Arabic word, and but I kind of like Dubai. It's what I'm familiar with. Everybody, welcome. If you've just joined us, you can actually put your name and where you're calling in from in the chat so that we can see you. I see lots of people. I see Stevie Barron from Florida that's joined us. A lot of great people. Hi, Helen from Texas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Cheryl from California. Oh my gosh, Philip, you took some of the best pictures in Dubai. I was so impressed. Good job. And then he went straight from Dubai to an event in in New Jersey. I was so happy. I see Willie Myers is on. All of you that have just joined us, thank you. Justin from Salt Lake City. The man I'm waiting for. He just joined the house. We've got a funny story tonight. For all of you that have just joined us, thank you for your time, your energy. We will promise to make it worth your while. And I have the absolute pleasure to introduce to you my business partner and dear friend from Arizona, currently living in Arizona, from Minnesota. He is going to be sharing an opportunity with you that literally could change your life. Just be open, pay attention. We're going to have a great time this evening. And like I said, we've got people internationally on this call that we want to welcome each and every one of you. So please let me introduce you who just like raced in to get on this call, Muzaffar Najfi.
Hey.
You
Happy,
did race in.
I did. I literally did. Happy Wednesday, everybody. And this was one of those funny moments. And you know, I love what we have the ability to do. My plan was to do this presentation at my daughter's volleyball practice. And you know, this it just all worked out. The coach came early, and so I got to race home and almost got pulled over, which is a different story for a different time. I was safe, everybody, but I really had to be here. So first of all, I know that a friend or a family member or a business partner, somebody asked you to join tonight, and they were excited, and that's why this was so important for me, as it is to your friend that said, "Hey, I want you to see this." And maybe they told you a little bit about the company, maybe they told you a lot. But for starters, I'm excited to be able to show you something that is growing, and it's our baby, and we're excited, and our community is growing. My name is Muzaffar, and I didn't hear much of what Sherry said, but I do know we've been doing Zooms together, but for me, she always says wonderful things. She really does. And I always sit back, Sherry, and I'm always grateful when we get to do a Zoom together If you've ever had a mentor or a coach or someone that impacted your life, and then years later, they're introducing you as their business partner, it's always going to be like surreal for me. My story is really simple. Before I got involved in this space and before I met Sherry, who impacted me and my wife, like Sherry, you've been amazing to us, and I'm so grateful for you. And thank you for being who you are. As she said, she met me in my 20s. I don't know if she said that. She said it last time. I didn't hear her say it today, but maybe she did. I'll tell you this. She met me when I was in my 20s. And I was a kid that grew up where my parents made $30,000 a year combined income. My dad's East African, my mom is Middle Eastern. And I was told that if I want to become successful, go to school. And I got very fortunate to get to university playing American football. And I say American football because it's an international call. And my last year, I tore my ACL, MCL, and PCL ligament in my right knee. And they said, no more professional sports. Like, it's not going to happen. And I don't know if any of you have ever had a dream taken from you or ripped from you. For me, that's what happened, because I wanted to retire my mom. And I don't know what goals everybody has. I wanted to retire my mom. And that was my whole plan. And I thought football was going to be my answer. And it wasn't. And my mom used to tell me that when one door closes, God opens another. And I was a kid, right? And I was impatient. I remember going, when? And my mom was like, just be patient, son. And it happened. I ended up meeting a guy because of a friend. So somebody introduced me, and I went to a presentation, and I met a man that was 24. I was 21. And he was earning $12,000 a month. Now, maybe for some of you, that's not a lot of money. And for others, maybe in my situation, it was a lot, like a lot. And I remember saying, if you'll just teach me what you know, I'll be the best student that you'll ever have. And he said, you have to get trained, Mazafar. And I went to my first training convention. It was in Las Vegas, 1996. And there were 13,000 people sitting in this room. And I'll never forget it. This company was listed on the Inc. 500 as the #1 fastest growing company privately held in America. And the lady that co-founded it, that they introduced as like the #1 income earner. And out of 13,000 people, to give you a perspective, I had seat number 13,000. Like, I was the guy in the very back. And there was like this pole in front of me, and I was watching the whole event kind of like this. And she got introduced, and the lights went out, and she walked out in this white dress with diamonds, and she was humble. She was kind. She was caring. She was giving. And I remember telling my brother, someday I'm going to work with her. And her name was Sherry Sharman. And my brother said, yeah, right. And here we are years later. So when one door closes, another door does open. My mom was right. And Sherry, thank you for opening that door. And since then, I've built 7 companies in this profession. We've been very fortunate financially. And a handful of years ago, I partnered with some individuals to help bring this company, Viago, to light. And I'm excited to show this to you tonight. And what happened is my first business partner is a gentleman. His name is Isaac. And him and his partners, they created a luxury skincare company. Their partner was L'Oreal. They opened 900 stores in 40 countries. And I got asked to be the vice president of field development when they went to a direct sales model. And it was amazing. And we did some incredible things together. And my other business partner, his name is Eddie Head. Him and his partners created the largest travel club in the world, like just in 2016, they did 994 million that year. They had done billions in revenue. Isaac did 3 billion in revenue. And I thank God every day that I met some incredible business partners, and we all came together like a group of us and said, if we could do something over again, like, what would it be? What would you want? And we made this wish list. And I don't know if you've ever done that, but we made this wish list of if we could have this and this and this and this, and Viago was created. And this company has been a godsend for a lot of us. And when we put this list together, I'll never forget, I called a friend of mine that he was head of the West Coast sales for Nike. And he worked with Michael Jordan directly with brand Jordan, and his connections were unbelievable. Like I always say, I'm not the guy. I'm just friends with the guy or the girl. Like I'm the plus one. Sherry's like the person. I'm like the plus one, like in the friendships. And so I called him, and his name was Ron. And I said, listen, I said, can I present something to you? And he said, Muzaffar, give me your pitch. And extremely successful individual. And today he's doing a big project with the NBA and Kevin Hart. And so I presented everything, and he said, I'll come meet you and the CEO. And he came and opened a lot of doors for us, and a lot of people did. And that's how Viago was created. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a membership that we believe is going to impact a lot of lives, and it already has. It's, for me, it's the best win-win that I have seen. And it's a membership. And this membership is more than just travel, even though travel is a big component of it. It's wild, but I was having a conversation today with a guy, and Sherry and I were, and this gentleman and his wife, he's written, books and spoken on leadership. And he said, Muzaffar, there's five things that the human being needs in life. And they've done studies. And he said, you know what number one was? And I said, what? He goes, money. He goes, as crazy as it sounds, it's a tool. And I've always said that money is not everything unless you don't have any. Then it seems to be everything that people think about. But money is a tool. He said, number two is health. Number three is travel. These are things that people want or they feel that they need in life. Number three is purpose. And number four is relationships. And I started thinking about what we have here today in this community. This culture is really giving of all five of these categories. Travel, when I ask people if time and money were not an issue in your life, what would you do more of? And number one, number two, or number three answer is travel. Like the average employee today gets 15 days of vacation time, and the average person only uses 6. And so for me, when I saw what this was in this membership that we've created, it starts with travel, but it's a community that we've put together. And what we did is that we're bringing unlimited wholesale travel. What I mean by that, hopefully all of you can still see my camera, but right now there's retail prices. And then you've got companies like Expedia and Priceline and all of them, and they get access to wholesale, but they don't give it to you. They mark it up and they sell it to you here because in their mind, they're still saving people money, but they're selling travel. We don't sell travel. We give you this wholesale price. That's what we give you. So, for those of y'all that have Netflix or Hulu or Peacock, like everybody has a subscription to something. You get a username and password, and when you enter the portal, you get access to whatever they have. For us, you get a username and password, and you get access to what you're looking at. The first is this website. This is your membership, and the first is you'll get access to travel, flights, hotels, car rentals, all of those things. Now, the one thing I don't brag on is flights. Flights are FAA regulated. Do we have some good deals? Yes. Do other portals? Yes. So that one's the difficult one. All the other areas, I will brag all day long that what we put together is nothing short of spectacular. And so I'm going to give you some examples, starting with Las Vegas. This right here, when you see public price, that's Priceline. Viago prices us. And the difference is your savings, which in this case in Las Vegas, it's 33%. And this is at Caesar's Palace. This is a beautiful place in Miami. The savings is 37%. This is Glacier National Park. This is the Millennium Hotel Times Square, $728 for one night. Our price, $315. You're saving 57%. This is Italy. Like we're talking about anywhere in the world. I went to Argentina and I saved money. I went to Colombia, and I remember calling Sherry and I'm like, Sherry, I'm staying at a Sherry Sharman hotel, and she laughed. She's like my second mom. Like I call her for a lot of things, and it was this beautiful 5-star hotel that the Priceline price was $279. It was the Grand Hyatt. and I got it for $139. And then I was just in Los Angeles 2 weeks ago because Sherry and I went and did a presentation for a wonderful lady you'll hear from today. And I stayed at the Hilton LA, and it was $274 price line. After taxes, I paid $150. Like, this is what we have. And it's just the beginning. You can literally go anywhere you want to go on your dates, your choice, and save money. And my grandmother used to say that a penny saved is a penny earned. And the next thing is escapes. Escapes, ladies and gentlemen, is like vacations that we design. Okay, so there's two types of escapes. Ones that we design and others that you want designed for you. Some of you have like a group, a connection, a church group. Some people do this with their employees. Some people do it with, I've got influencers that do this. Like, people want to create their own trips, and we will do that for you. But let me show you the ones that we do. We create vacations where we pick the date, we pick the location. Like, this one is a 4-diamond property in Playa del Carmen, 5 days, 4 nights. All the bullet points are included. So round trip airport transfers from the airport to the resort back to the airport. A welcome reception, it's all inclusive. A choice of a sunset cruise, which is the one we just did this trip in December. We had over 400, there might've been close to 500 on that one. And everybody chose the sunset cruise. We had 4 beautiful boats doing a cruise on sunset. We paid for all of it. A foam pool party, a host waiting for you, taxes and fees included. Without flights, this trip is normally $1,700 per person. Because you're a member, it's $850. But it gets better. We created a rewards program, ladies and gentlemen, that we help bring the price of this down because you can use your reward points. And I think everybody has rewards to something, whether it's your credit card or the gas station or grocery store or something of that sort. Everybody has rewards nowadays with something. For me, I remember when I first started getting reward points on my credit card, I remember when I got 1,000 points, I was excited till I went to redeem it. It was like $10. And I was like, how does that work? Like, why? And when I saw our points and we talked about this, we said, you know what? 1 point should equal $1. 1 point should equal $1. And everyone that's seen that has been blown away. And so when you look at a trip like this, we have certain amounts that you can use. And this one, you can use $150 per person. So the trip comes down to $700 per person. And people go, how do I get these points? And this is where I got to give credit to my CEO and my business partner, Isaac, was like, our motto is we will give them more than they give us. Who is them? Them is you. Like, when we talk about that, we talk about our community. And we say anyone that becomes a part of Viago's community, our whole motto is to give them more than they give us. Like, that should be a motto in life, I think. And so when you look at some of these other trips, this was Vietnam for $475. I know people that have met their life partner on one of our trips that never thought they would meet someone. Like, there's so much to this that's part of this community. Like, people have started families and friendships and connections that you'll never be able to break. A bond when you travel and you see the world with someone. Dubai is a trip that just happened. Sherry was there and she was sending pictures every night going, thank you, Muzaffar. You know what it's like when your mentor's thanking you, when your mom, your second mom, is thanking you because she's literally living her dream. And she's like, it's not Dubai, Muzaffar, because I've been here before. It's the community that I'm here with, and I'm blown away. I can't take credit for that because it's not me. It's a group of us. It can't just be one of us. And that's the beauty behind this. There's South Africa, Costa Rica, Spain, Italy, Greece, Thailand. By the way, Greece is coming. Not this one. There's a new Greece. So that's a 10-day cruise that you guys see. There's a new beautiful trip being put together for Greece that is going to be in June. I'm telling you, keep your eyes open. That one's going to be the one. Sherry's already committed to going. She's at Muzaffar. I already bought my tickets. I don't even know where in Greece we're going, but we're going. And I'm like, Sherry, I love you, right? And so Turkey, Philippines, like everywhere, just so all of you know. And the second one is Escape Your Way. You know, I look at Jennifer, and she is someone that's an actress and a singer, and she's put her brand together, and she's excited to do a trip for her community. And so there's a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, that are looking at this as more than just a membership. The next category is telemedicine. Do you know there's a lot of people that don't have health insurance in the United States alone? And for people that do, that's great, but there's so many that don't. I do. But even though I do, I love this telemedicine. I think I have it with my insurance, but I use ours. My daughter was just sick. I have a 13-year-old girl and a 15-year-old girl. I am what you call hashtag girl dad. Like, I am the ultimate girl dad. That's why I was going to do this presentation from the girls' volleyball gym. And I was going to go hide in a corner and do this presentation while, you know, but thank God everything kind of worked itself out, and the coaches came early and they were like, Muzaffar, we have her. Go do what you have to do. And I'm going to go pick her up in a couple hours and watch her. But I want you to know, is my older daughter got sick in December, and she had 102.5 degree temp. And I picked her up from school. She was crying, shaking, shivering, and I put her to bed. And my wife was like, sweetheart, like, we need to take her to urgent care. And I didn't want her around other sick people. I didn't want to get her out of bed. And I went, username, password. I logged in, and I ended up setting the appointment with telemed. And the doctor called me in 2 minutes. And he said, you don't have to go to urgent care. I know exactly what she has. I'll send the prescription to your pharmacy. And he said, she'll be fine in the next 2 days. But for me, that's called peace of mind. And you can't put a price on that. Like, you just can't. And to have access to a doctor that's licensed in 50 states, 35 countries, 250 languages, plus we do have a medical insurance company that's our partner. I have people that have saved 20 to 60% on their medical insurance. And they're like, Muzaffar, the membership is worth it alone because I switched my health insurance. And some people, they kept their same health insurance, but through our partner saved 20 to 60%. So if you do have health insurance and it's not being paid through your employer and you're independent, go through our membership and watch what happens. Now, the next is our daily deals. This is one of my favorites because this saves the average person a minimum, not maximum, minimum of $4,000 a year. Minimum, if you just use it. And this is like over 1 million retailers, from movie theaters to Six Flags to Disney to SeaWorld to, if you have pets, like, why would you pay full price for pet food when you can get the same at a discounted price through us? Remember, grandma said a penny saved is a penny earned. But I'm telling you that, like, I remember going to see Sherry and her mom. And me, my wife, and my daughters went, and we wanted to go to SeaWorld. And the gate price, like at the gate, was $109 per person. Through our membership, I paid $59. And I could do this with anything and everything. The others is like concerts, events, NBA games, F1 Formula racing, hockey games, going to comedy shows. We went and saw Joe Coy, I love him as a comedian. A friend of mine went to go see a U2 concert, and floor seats were $2,400, but through us, they were $600. Like, I could spend so much time on this. By the way, I'm going to give you one. Car insurance. I can't even tell you how many phone calls I've gotten in the last 2 weeks on people saving $600 for their car insurance, $2,300, $2,600. And we'll show you how to do it. Like, this is not a, hey, you got the membership, good luck. Like, we will show you how to do this. And the last is our marketplace, which is our shopping area, which saves you on some of the best nutrition and skincare in the world. Remember, my business partner created one of the top skincare brands. And so this right here is our membership. This is the recap. There's 6 categories right now, but I want you to understand, this is phase 1. What does that mean? Like, think about WhatsApp. If any of y'all have WhatsApp, like the app WhatsApp, Phase one for WhatsApp was texting. Phase two was actual video calling. Phase three was where they added call waiting. Phase four, it was encrypted. Phase five, like they have 8 phases that their membership, their app has gone through. We're in phase one. Just imagine where this app, like Sherry introduced a lady who introduced her son that's in Bali, and he was like, Muzaffar, this is like a super app. And this is only the beginning. And so when people go, well, Muzaffar, how does the membership really work? And I want you to know that the minute you become a member, we give you 600 points. Remember, we give you more than you give us. So 600 points to start, like immediately. And so the membership cost is so simple. It's $450 for setup. And most people go, wait, what? I pay $450 and you're going to give me 600 and 1 point equals $1? That's too good to be true. And whenever I hear that, my first response is thank you, because that's actually the best compliment you could receive. It means you did your job. That means that what we were trying to put together, it's what we did. Like it's amazing. It's working. And then every month when people pay the $99, we give you 100 points. And I'm sitting back and I'm thinking about that. And I'm going, well, that's 600 to start. 12 months later, you got 1,200 more points. But guess what? We reward loyalty. Can I ask you a question? How many of you have a membership somewhere, a subscription somewhere? Like software today has a subscription to it. You can't even buy Microsoft Office anymore. Like they want you to pay every month. Google Drive, like if you have Netflix, what do they give you for being loyal to them for 12 months? What does your cell phone company give you after 12 months? What does a gym membership give you after 12? Like, what do people give you for loyalty? And loyalty to me is everything. Like I respect people that are loyal. And when we talked about putting Viago together, we said, listen, what if we gave everybody a gift for being loyal to our community for 12 months? And you have 2 options. One is a vacation, or option 2 is 1,000 more Viago points. How many of y'all are mathing the math? Like, think about it. 600, 1,200, and 1,000. That's 2,800 points, and 1 point equals $1. Like, I love this. It's about life being amplified. Like anywhere, any day, everywhere you want to go. And so being our business partner is simple. Being an ambassador. Like I was looking at the Super Bowl a month ago, right? And the Super Bowl, one ad, like the time slot was 3 million. Not including the actors and actresses and athletes that you had to pay to, and the amount that it cost to put a commercial together. We would rather pay you for your transference of trust, your relationships, because we believe we have the best membership on the planet. And we'll reward you for bringing your relationships. To earn an income, to be an ambassador, it's $49. I know that's simple. We spent millions on this software. And the software tracks everyone around the world for you. Right now, I'm so grateful. I have a team in 40 countries. What does that mean? Like if you were to become a real estate broker, what do? You sell houses, so you have clients and customers, and you recruit other people to become real estate agents on your team. Insurance, you're an insurance broker. You find customers and clients, and then you recruit other people to sell insurance. We find people that love the membership, and they're our members, and we recruit other people, and we build a team that go out and help people experience and enjoy life. Listen, why exist? So many people are just living to Friday. I'm telling you, living. There's no do-overs to life as far as I know. And tomorrow's promised to no one. And so why not give people something that they'll talk about forever? The memories, the travel, the connection, the community. And there is an income attached to this. We put together a program that pays people extremely well. Now, there's 5 ways we get paid. I'm just going to cover 2 tonight. And for those of y'all that want more details, we have videos, we have a PDF. We're happy to spend time with you and show it to you. But I just want to keep things simple. Anyone that you introduce, you're going to earn $100 when they become a member. And to me, I said, what's the limit? And we were talking, and there is no limit. So I brought 17 people my first day. And that's just, I started talking to people and they got excited. I got excited. Like if I'm going to travel the world and earn an income, I want to do it with my best friends. I'm not telling you, you have to introduce your best friend, but I mean, everyone was calling Sherry after she was posting pictures of the Dubai trip and they're going, why didn't you call us? I want to go to Dubai, Sherry. What are you doing in Dubai, Sherry? Like she was living life. And her birthday's coming up on Sunday, and I'm so proud of her. And I don't feel like she's even aged. And she said I could say this, so don't look at me like I'm crazy for spitting out a woman's age. But Sherry's proud of her 72 because she doesn't look 72. And she was like, Muzaffar, I'm going to introduce this to the world. This is going to be the biggest build of my life. And I got chills thinking of that. And she's been introducing people. She's personally introduced over 22 people. And so let's just start with 6. Why 6? Not only will you earn $600, but your membership starting next month is free. It's free. My model's always been, if it's free, it's me. And so what we do is we try to help everybody get a free membership. Talk about a win-win, right? Number one, you're at $600. So even the $450 that you started with, we gave you $600. That's not this. You refer 6 personal people and you make $600 on top of that. Like, and your membership is free every month. Like I just met someone through Kathy that just bought a franchise. And he was telling me not only did he have to spend thousands of dollars to start, but his overhead is $30,000 a month. And I'm sitting there going, well, I made more than what I started with, and I don't have an overhead because I have more than 6. And the people you introduce, they start introducing people. That's where Warren Buffett's quote, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. So many people are still hustling today over the age of 50, 60, 70. And it's not because they want to, it's because they have to. So what if we helped a lot of people early on in life, as well as people that are more mature in age, build a team? And we build 2 teams. We help people with a left team and a right team. So if you're really thinking about what's going to happen, after you introduce 2 people, everyone else you bring will help those 2. And I'll show that to you in a second. But when you have 5 people on your left team and 5 people on your right team, you're earning a residual income. Remember, this is one of 5 ways we get paid, just one of 5 ways. So if you were the one that introduced, let's say, Sherry, I've been talking about her all night, and Sherry introduced Rika, and Rika introduced Alex, and Alex introduced Cheryl, and Cheryl introduced me. You have 5 people on your team, even though you only introduced 1 person. And if you do that again, you now are earning a residual of $50. And people go, well, $50 is not a lot of money. I go, a residual dollar is better than a regular dollar. Number one. Number two, because you know what everybody does have residually? Bills. Everybody has residual bills. It's like, there's so many people that their income is stopped, but their bills kept coming. Anyways, when you get to 1010 and beyond, so look at this page right here. If you're looking at this, just understand this is real. I know these numbers tend to get really big, but when you have a team of 10 left and 10 right, and how does that happen? Everyone you introduce is going to want their 6, because everyone I've met wants a free membership. Everyone. I've never met anyone so far that said, nope, I want to pay mine no matter what. And check this out. Even though your membership is free, we still give you 100 points. And even though your membership is free and you're getting 100 points, for 12 months of being loyal, even though you're not paying anything, we still give you a vacation at the end of the year. That's what's driving these numbers. And by the way, whenever I finish that statement, people always go, yeah, now it's really too good to be true. And I go, well, now really thank you, right? So when you get to the next rank, which is a silver ambassador, and by the way, if you see me look away, forgive me, I have 3 screens. And so my PowerPoint is there. So I'm looking just to make sure I'm always giving the right information. So Silver, you're earning 200 a month, and gold is when you're at 25, that's 500 a month, and then 50 is a sapphire, that's 1,000 a month, and emerald is 100. I just want to stop there for a second. I have people in third world countries that joined us. A guy named Martin in Africa. He's in a country called Uganda. And in the month of November, he finished 10-10. December, he finished 25-25. January, he finished 50-50. In February, he finished 100. I have another lady named Helen who's also in Africa. I've got people in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in South America, in Colombia. There's people from Colombia that are on here right now that are 100. That's an extra $2,000 a month, which is life-changing for them. In America, it's a nice part-time income. But you know what? It's 24,000 a year, residual, guaranteed income. And then it goes to 5,000 a month when you're at 250, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 36,000 a month, 85,000 a month. Those are real numbers. And it's only 1 out of 5 ways that we get paid. Now, I do show this because I'm not here to guarantee you just because you join, you're going to get rich. Just like joining a gym doesn't guarantee you muscles. But if we're willing to do the work, the results are there. And we have a whole training program where we will teach you and train you how to do this. And what I want to do is just have a couple people share with you the results that they've had. And I would love it if Jennifer, if you could quickly share your story, where you're from, what's happened since you've gotten started. And then Stevie, if you're available, buddy, I'd love to have you share your story as well. If you guys I know it's quick, but in 30 to 60 seconds, if you guys could just share with everyone what's happened since you've gotten started with Viago, I'd really appreciate it. Jennifer, if you could go first, that would be great. Wait, you're muted.
Yep. Hey, so great to see everybody. And for my friends that are on that brought their friends on, it's amazing how this works. And I'm founder of Go Girl Worldwide, which I started back in 2008. I had so much success at a young age. I'm second to the oldest of 12 kids, so I had to work hard and make things happen. But then it all came crumbling down and I ended up broken. I had to start over. And it's been years since then, but I always wanted, as part of Go Girl Worldwide, to empower girls and women, a travel division. And I didn't know it was going to end up being Viago. And so it's such a great fit for not only my Go Girls and Go Guys, but for anybody that is excited about traveling and or needs to make more money. And I meet a lot of women who you wouldn't know that behind closed doors are barely making ends meet, or they just lost their job, a single mother. I'm so thankful for Sherry Sharman, who was a single mother. I met her years ago and she became my heart mom. So Musafir, thank you for sharing your heart mom with me. And Rika, Sherry said, Rika, call Jen. We know she's busy with her movie, but let's show her this. And so I finally got my movie done. And it's my first feature film, took me 2 years. I thought I was going to make all of this money right out of the gate. I put all of my money into it. And it's not going as fast as I thought. I'm like, I need to make some money. And when Rika called, I said, you know what? If Sherry's doing it, and then I met Musafir, and I'm like, I'm in. I love this. You get more out than what you put in. And who doesn't want to save money on their car insurance, have free telemed? So anyway, thank you so much, Musafir. I probably went right over my time, but super excited.
No, I appreciate it. And listen, and remember what I was telling all of you, right? Someone introduces somebody. And I remember when I met Rika and her husband Bob. I met Rika and Bob on a Zoom, and then I met them in person in Dallas. And what they're already doing together, building a team with us, is incredible. And to see just one of the few that they've introduced, and the teams are just growing. But you never know who you know knows. And to see what Jennifer is already doing in a short period of time is amazing. And the next that I'd love to go to is Stevie B. I've known for years and respected what he's done. And to see someone of his caliber that's had great success that's also here is awesome. Steve, if you could share your story and what's happened since you've recently gotten started, would be fantastic. I asked to unmute, so I clicked. There you go.
There you go, brother. Sorry about that. Yeah, listen, It's kind of neat because seeing everybody. In fact, Rika's called me at 8 o'clock this morning. I met her husband Bob down there in Florida when she came into a restaurant, took the time to come out and visit. And I got my brides on here, right? So, Sherry, I'm on the call today. I had her on with Australia today, and some other folks. The Mazaffer jumped on. It's a busy place, but listen, I started a ministry with my wife some 25 years ago and helping folks with drug, alcohol recovery. Not that that was my background, but sometimes God puts you in places that you don't know why, right? So, and then we got involved in the crypto. We've been in the crypto for the last 7, 8 years, and some people like it, some people don't. I did it for the adoption. I did it didn't want anybody to know what I was doing in the financial aspect. So, in that, then Sherry and Ricky called and they said, "Hey, listen, you got to take a peek at what's going on." And just to have everybody together, we've got hundreds of years of experience between us all. Some of us are digging back to some old context. Some of us help people with walkers get back into business. Some people are really on fire for doing the business. But most importantly, guys, it's just really a perfect time. And there's so much more than travel. I like Ms. Offer talking about all the other benefits that we have. We've done our 6. We're beyond that now. So we're getting into the real game of things and just getting that structure built. So back to you, Ms. Offer. Thanks for allowing me to share.
I appreciate it. And there's a lot that's happening. I remember I was just in Chicago and I met a young lady named Lindsay, but I met her before Chicago, and she was telling me her story of how much she saved on the membership. She's like, Mazafar, I've only been a part of Viago for 3 months and I've saved $5,000. And she's like, I'm on my way down to Cabo. And she's been using the membership. She goes, I used it for my health insurance, my car insurance. I used it for everything. And she's literally building an amazing team. So there's more than just travel, just so you know. There's a lot. And we're just doing a quick overview for all of you right now. I'm just going to run through the rest and we're going to wrap it up here real quickly. But Amplify is our big national event, ladies and gentlemen. And there will be over 1,000 folks at Amplify. We do 3 of these a year in the US. We do 3 in Europe and Africa. And we do 3 in South America. And now we're going to be adding 3 to Asia. So you can truly build an international business, just like you heard Stevie B. He's got people started in the Philippines, in India, in Australia, in the United States. So he's already, I think, in 4 or 5 different countries. So how do you get started? It's simple. The membership is $450 plus the $49. And what happens with this is it's the start. It's the start. You immediately get your 600 points, your site, all of it. But the timing of this is what I encourage everyone to understand. See, this is your friend. Everyone looks at Stevie B, but the reason why Stevie was introduced, it was a guy named Ricky, who's talented, sharp, a friend of Sherry's. But Ricky ended up calling Stevie B and said, hey, you have to see this. I'm going to go build this. And Steve said yes. Now, not everybody says yes, but Steve said yes. And everyone that Ricky is introducing, 50% of his contacts will go on Stevie's team forever. That's a pretty strong word, forever. Now, the choice that Stevie B had, because this is his position, this is his, just like this is yours. Your friend that introduced you, the next available spot is yours. Unless you decide to wait, you're giving it away. If Stevie would have waited, and there are people that decided to wait with Ricky, and they said, well, Ricky, I'm just going to wait. And they could have had a Stevie B underneath them, but they waited. And so Stevie took that position. Your friend that introduced you is going to introduce other people. And I just want you to understand that the longer you wait, the further you will fall. So don't wait. Opportunities are never lost. They just go to people that take advantage of them. And there's always 3 different categories, A, B, or C. I was an A. I was like, hey, I'm ready to start. That was me. B is someone that wants to be a customer. And we love our customers. And C is someone that wants to wait and see. And I'll tell you right now, don't do that. The reason why so many people hesitate or wait is a word called fear. And I tell people, I go, listen, and it's because people go, well, I tried something like this before. I go, it wasn't Viago. People go, well, my friend tried something. It wasn't Viago. Don't let somebody else's failure or pain stop you from having an incredible life. Like if that's the case, most people wouldn't try a new relationship or they wouldn't try a new meal because somebody else had a bad experience. Most people wouldn't go to universities because somebody else flunked. Most people wouldn't drive a car because somebody got into an accident. Like we have to stop comparing ourselves to other people's failures. What I'll tell you is so many people have created success here, and fear is temporary. Regret is permanent. And I'm so grateful that Sherry said yes. And I still always ask her, Sherry, I go, why Viago? Why now? You just invested, and I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, $1.5 million you and Alex did in a franchise. You've got a great husband, a great son, great grandkids. You're taking care of your mom. Like you have life. Why Viago, Sherry? Why now? And I'd love to turn it over to you to wrap this up. And thank you for impacting my life, Sherry. And I'm honored to hand the call over to you.
Thank you so much, Muzaffar, and what an amazing presentation. And I hope all the guests really understood what we're all about, because when Muzaffar asked me why I came out of retirement, it had to do with Muzaffar inviting us to come to the launch and getting an opportunity to see this community. I've been in this industry close to 4 decades. And when you think about that, I've seen people from all walks of life, but I've never seen a group like Viago. And I got to spend, a week with them in Dubai with 400 members. And it was such an amazing trip. I mean, my husband and I, we were like just going, life is just so wonderful when you get to spend it with people that you like and that are highly motivated and really about success, helping each other become successful. So for me, it was a big decision, but it was the right decision. And I am so excited because when I look at the panel of people that are on this call, so many of them are friends and family and people that I truly care about and want to see succeed and be able to travel the world with. I mean, it's like the icing on the cake. So if you're a guest on this call and you're wondering if this is for you, please do us a favor, get back with the person who invited you on this call, and like me, be an A, be part of this. Come in, get involved, and not only have an opportunity to travel the world, but have financial success. You can actually earn while you're learning. And I love that about this industry. You don't have to know it all before you start making money. And just like Muzaffar said, helping your team and your new guests get their six so they don't have to worry about a membership. I don't like having to pay monthly memberships on all the things like Costco and and all the different things that we have to pay every month on. I like that my membership is free, and that's something that we want to help you be able to have the same. So with that, we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. And like I said, please get involved with us and get with the person who invited you out, because they're going to show you how to get started. And with that, we want to call it a night and say thank you and God bless and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye, everyone.